What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another edition of the Rivalry Weekly NFC West Talk with me, Joe Stevens, and my co-host, Ryan, No Border Sports. How's it going?
What up, what up? It's going. Bruh.
Yeah. Some big news in the sporting world. Not just NFC West, obviously. The whole Barstool Sports thing, the ESPN thing. But yeah, no,
Wait, what happened? What happened with Barstool Sports?
You didn't know.
I didn't hear anything today.
Yeah, Dave Portnoy bought back Barstool Sports today, or yesterday, I think. It was either today or yesterday. For $1. He got it back for $1.
Wait. What? He sold it to Penn, right?
Yeah, for $500 million. So Penn wanted to do partnership. Back. Yeah.
Go ahead.
So Penn wanted to do partnership with ESPN instead. So Penn gave ESPN $2 billion over 10 years to be the official betting sponsor of ESPN. So they didn't need Barstool anymore. So Dave Portnoy bought back the entire company for $1, 100% of the company. And the only thing is, if he sells the company, he has to give 50% to Penn, and he can't do Barstool Sportsbook anymore. He can't do any gambling anymore through Barstool.
He can't. Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I don't know. Kind of a strange time.
That to me, that doesn't seem cool. I understand that it's legal, but also for $1, how can you bitch? You know what I mean?
Yeah, for $1, the whole company back. Yeah. So,
what up, Nathan? What up, Bryant? What up, David McNiner? Thank you all for stopping in, saying what's up. We got 8 people watching right now. Hopefully, you all have hit the like button. Pretty please.
Yeah, thank you, everybody.
Not Debo, but Tabor Pepper. That like button.
Yeah, Tyler Ott, that like button. That's our long snapper. So.
Oh.
So, anyways, yeah. So ESPN has a new betting app which takes place at Barstool Sportsbook. It is now ESPN Bet, which doesn't matter to me because I live in Washington State. Can't use it anyway. So, but kind of a big deal.
I saw something about some Seahawks stuff today. I thought it was hilarious. So I guess Cam Chancellor called up KJ Wright. Was like, hey, I'm getting married. He's like, I can't invite everybody. I don't have to, you know what I mean? Like, I can't invite everybody, can I? And KJ's like, no, you can't. No, you can't. He's like, oh, okay. All right. So then he's like, KJ Wright's waiting for the invitation. He never gets one. He was one of the people who didn't get the invitation.
Yeah, they were still playing together though. Like that's when they were still on the team. Yeah, they're tight though, So no hard feelings there.
I'm sure.
David McNiner did say Bosa that like button. I did want to ask: is there any new news with Bosa?
I haven't heard any. It seems to me like the holdup is all on Bosa's end. To me, it sounds like everything is done. It seems like he just doesn't want to be in camp right now. That's what it sounds like to me. Because, like, John Lynch has pretty much said that it'll get done. There's no question in his mind that it'll get done. Like, it's essentially already agreed to. But then he talks stress about how we have to be patient. We have to be patient. We have to be patient. And then he's saying that I'm not going to. He also reiterated many times that he's not going to really talk about the situation, because he doesn't essentially doesn't want to tell the fans that Nick Bosa is holding out because he doesn't want Nick Bosa to get in trouble with the fans. Which that's my personal opinion. This is what I'm thinking, and I think it all matches up. I think the amount has been squared away. Everything's all in the fine print. He just needs to sign it. They were even talking about like I guess he's actually incurring fines right now, but it's not like league fines, it's team fines, and they could just it sounds like they're already planning on, forgetting about the fines and all that good stuff. So I'm telling you, he just doesn't want to show up for camp right now, which is fine. We've got a lot of defensive ends. We need to get reps to see what we got before the season. It's not
the
like
only thing I'd be worried about is I'd just be worried about a lot of the times when you see the holdouts happen, these guys come back and get soft tissue injuries. They pull a hamstring or they sprain something, and you can't just say that Bosa's in the league of his own just because he's not out there. There's not 21 other. He doesn't know 21 other NFL players that he's out there training with right now, full speed.
No, I get that, but also like Bosa and his conditioning / training regiment, I think, is probably one of the best in the leagues.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know.
That's why I'm not really concerned. Well, gosh, have you seen some of the pictures of the guy? The guy could go and like be a bodybuilder if he wanted to. Like his muscles are, and it's not like I'm saying, oh, he's got great muscles, so he's this and that. No, that's like his body is like his whole thing. Besides his knowledge of football and the side scissors, that's like his biggest thing. It's his vehicle, and he likes to spend money to make sure that vehicle is in top shape. There's out of everybody on the team, Nick Bosa and probably Trent Williams are the two, and probably Fred Warner are probably the two people, maybe even Kittle. But Kittle hasn't been healthy enough to really say this about Fred Warner, Trent Williams, and Nick Bosa would be the two people I'd have no question about coming in late and knowing they were going to, maybe Fred Warner a little bit, because he plays in that he plays in the secondary at times, dropping back, and you need to be up to par with your conditioning and ready for your game speed. So probably just Trent Williams, because he could just toss people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And Nick Bosa's number one move has nothing to do with really anything that you would normally think about. Really doesn't have much to do with his quads. You know what I mean? It all has to do with his hands and his hips. You know what I mean? And he trains that on the sideline 24/7. So his bread and butter move is something you can train any time. You getting yelled at?
Yeah, no, I got you. Yeah, I don't know. Just our one holdout, obviously, Witherspoon, our first round pick, he had a hamstring pull today. So that was the one thing I was worried about. And he only missed 3 days, right? But yeah, it's just that's the one thing I worry about holdouts. Yeah, we'll see.
If it was, like Debo, I was like, shit. Because with Debo, he comes in overweight. Not to say that he's fat, but he comes in over his best weight for being explosive on the field at any point in time. Last year, at the beginning of the season, they tried to do the same old stuff with Debo. He wasn't as explosive as he normally is, and he was getting tackled in the screenplays. It was like he wasn't getting any yards because they were short yardage gains. And, it's supposed to be a yak play, put the ball in Debo's hand and he'll yak it out. Well, he wasn't getting any yak because he had no acceleration. He had no burst because he was overweight. When he got injured and came back, however, we saw the glimpses again. We saw him flash, and it was because he had spent all this time, whether he was injured or not, still training and doing stuff and, watching the diet and all that stuff, being on the regimen. And he was to come back and be more of a tool in the second half of the season. And that's a situation where I knew was going to be bad. Well, I'm sorry. I didn't know 100%. I felt like I was going to be 99% right. You know what I mean? you know?
No, that makes sense. Yeah, that's the only thing I worry about with players missing camp and everything. But then again, there's guys like Cam Chancellor that they held out into the season. Cam Chancellor held out 2 weeks and come back, and it's like, hasn't missed a beat, right? But it's always those just little lingering things you worry about.
But like the style of safety that Cam played, like it wasn't like he was like covering people 24/7. He was surveying the field and coming down on whoever the ball was going to, or whoever had the ball in their hand. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's not like, if you're smart, no matter what, you can figure out what's going on in those situations. You know what I mean? If you got some football acumen. So I'm not to take anything away from him. I'm just saying, like, there's certain positions like Trent Williams, it would be tough because he wouldn't have meshed with other players on the line. But I know he would know every single play and know what was needed for him to execute. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Any other news coming out of Niner camp? Purdy, Lance, Darnold.
So Purdy, it sounds like Purdy, except for in move the ball period, has been a little lackluster. There's a couple people, Ted's been at the camp, and this is what him and the other people that he was in camp with also were saying, is that Purdy's been a little lackluster. Ted actually believes that Trey Lance has had the best camp so far, which I've heard that from him and Grant Cohn. A lot of people like to trash Sam Darnold. I would say he's had a good camp. I just think for as long as he's been in the league, he show more, and he should be trying to push the ball a little bit more, I would think, but he's not. It seems to me like Purdy's not back fully yet, and it shows in his play.
Mm-hmm.
Either that or he's just really not a camp type of guy. Jimmy wasn't a practice type of guy. Brock Purdy also might not be a practice type guy for the most part. That's the big news there. We also had, I don't know if you heard about Cleveland Farrell trying to slap the ball out of Brock Purdy's hands and hitting him on the throwing arm.
What happened?
Cock it back. Well, Brock Purdy said he didn't think about it at all, except for, oh shit, I got to get that out quicker.
Yeah.
And then he realized, oh shit, that's my injured arm. And well, not like an oh shit, but like an oh shit, like he didn't think about it. You know what I mean? Like, oh shit, like I should be more concerned, I guess. But he wasn't. It seemed like it was, which is good, because it seems like he's not gun shy. You know what I mean? It's not going to put him in a shell. He's not going to Ricky Bobby, can't get back in the, I'm on fire. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. So are we going to see all three quarterbacks in the preseason then? Probably on Saturday, you think? Or
no, I don't think you'll see Brock Purdy in there at all.
Okay, so he's kind of working back in.
He's still taking what? So I think I think sometime next week, Brock Purdy takes day off every 2 days. So 2 days on, 1 day off, 2 days on, 1 day off. And that's also split between their days off. So like essentially they have like 3 days under camp or whatever that the people that we were able to see. And so like those 3 days, like he was playing the first 2 and then he took the third one off. And then they come back the next week and for the next, round of practices, and he's not there, or no, he is there, and then, he takes it off. So they don't count the off days as rest days. So there's always, like out of a rung of 3 practices, he's only playing for 2 of them. So,
Okay.
And then the other guys get the ball. So he's not 100%. Even in practices, in drills and practices, he's not even throwing the ball sometimes. Like if throwing the ball is an imperative for the drill, he's not throwing it. He's going through the motion.
Oh, okay. So we're going to see.
He's got the ball in his hand. He just goes through the motion.
So we're going to see Lance and Darnold then on.
I would think so. Lance Darnold and Allen.
Oh, okay. Brandon Allen.
Yes.
The Bengals?
No, we're playing the Raiders.
No, that Allen guy.
Thursday,
wasn't it Brandon Allen?
Yeah, he's with the Bengals.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
he's supposedly he's been doing good in camp, except for like a lot of the content creators, the big names have been talking about him. A lot of the coaches have been talking about him, all this stuff. A lot of the lesser content creators that have gone, like Jesse's been, and Grant has been saying like he's not anything to blow your skirt up for. You know what I mean? So I don't know why they're wasting time on him right now. Like if you're going to keep him along and, going to need him later on because he started losing quarterbacks, he's going to get his time when quarterbacks start going down. You know what I mean? That's when he's going to get his time. Everything's going to be good. Right now, the quarterbacks that have a chance to play week 1 through, let's say 6, those are the ones that need the reps right now. And that's not going to be a Brandon Allen. So to me, it makes no sense why they were giving him so many reps. I think they've slowed his reps down. That's what it sounds like for now, but who knows? Kyle might just come back next week and be like, oh, Brandon Allen needs a whole day to himself. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, we got, dude, I'm going to be honest. Obviously, Gino looks really sharp. He's been making all the right throws in camp.
Good.
Drew Lock looks like you'd expect Drew Lock to look, which is a decent backup quarterback. That's hopefully not going to come in and lose you a game, right?
A guy who's still figuring it out how many years now?
Exactly. It's like a Sam Darnold situation. No, I'm just kidding. It's like,
Wouldn't
he's
you
just
say he's worse? Wouldn't you say he's worse? Would you rather have Sam Darnold?
Yes.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure we felt the value of each person was the same.
No. So, and then we got this lefty number 15 that can run the ball a little bit. I don't even remember his name, dude, if I'm being completely honest with you. I just kept calling him Tim Tebow the whole time we were there because he was this white guy lefty wearing number 15 running around the field. So I was just calling him Tebow the whole time, but would probably make it on the practice squad.
See,
Smith
that might be handy in a game if he was handed.
Yeah, Smith and Jigba looked freaking amazing.
Go on. You're beaming about him, please.
Yeah, so that guy,
girlfriend.
I was. Yeah, so I was a little.
He's Twitter paid.
Yeah, dude, he looked freaking awesome. I mean, he's had a bunch of spectacular catches on at training camp, and then we went to the mock game, which was basically just a scrimmage between the first team offense, first team defense, and dude, he had this one catch. I mean, right down the middle of the field, and he just bulldozed safety into the end zone. I mean, it was freaking awesome. And this guy's not big either. He's like 6 foot 200 pounds, or 6'1", 200 pounds. But to see him running with aggression, I mean, you just got to see this guy. I think he'll be pretty scary. Next year's coming. Witherspoon was playing in the slot the whole time, and he looked pretty sharp. I'm telling you, he broke up a few passes that you're like, okay, he should be making those plays, right? I didn't really see him get beat, so that's good. Another thing I saw at the mock game, I texted Bryant because Jake Bobo caught a big first down in like the second quarter, playing with the second team offense. So that was cool.
Do you think they might move? What's his name? The guy who's your holdout, who's playing nickel. What's his name? Witherspoon.
Witherspoon. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think they might just start him at nickel this year, and then if he once he kind of shows that he's got that under control and they have confidence in him knowing the system well, do you think they'll move him outside and move somebody inside there?
Well, it depends. It depends how good Mike Jackson is playing. Because if Mike Jackson's playing like he's been playing, like he played last season, and he's playing this preseason, he looks like he flipped the switch. I mean, not that it needed to be, but I mean, he's looking really good. And I mean, he's going against DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, and Jackson Smith and Jigba every practice, right? So it's not like he's going against scrubs. I mean, he's looking awesome. So I'll be happy with him at the nickel if he can play that. But he's got to beat out Kobe Bryant. So we'll see.
So if Gino's doing so well in camp, then how are the cornerbacks doing so well in camp?
Oh, I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
sorry, good question.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't. See, that's why
you gotta see some of these throws he's making. I mean, they look terrific. There was one, I wasn't there for it, obviously. It was today or yesterday that, I mean, he threw a ball where only DK could get it, and DK went up and got it. I mean, stuff like that. But you're seeing these cornerbacks make plays too. So it's not. That's what you got to realize too. Or obviously you realize it, but that's what a fan has to realize in watching training camp is not that you're just rooting for the offense or rooting for the defense. You want these guys to make each other better, right? So we've seen the receivers make a lot of good plays, but then again, we've seen Michael Jackson especially lock it down. So.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I don't know if that makes sense at all.
Yeah. Like, there's obviously other people on the team. You know what I mean? Yeah. Obviously that one catch you were describing, that's a DK catch. So there's not really anybody in the league that can make that catch over DK. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, he's too much of a man. The most corners in the league aren't built well enough to contest a catch like that you're describing. So, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. And then Kenny McIntosh, he's our third string running back. He actually got hurt. He just had a sprain. They were scared he tore his ACL or something. He looked pretty awesome during that mock game. Had a couple of chunk runs. And
he tore his ACL?
No, he didn't. They were scared he tore his ACL. It was just a sprained knee. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
anytime I hear about ligaments and stuff like that, I like, no matter who it is, I don't want people to have to go through that.
Yeah. So it sounds like fair. So Charbonnet's back. McIntosh will be back in a little bit. It sounds like to me that Ken Walker will be available for week 1 because they're saying he's finally running full speed straight. He's not cutting full speed yet, but they're really careful with that, right? So it sounds like he'll be back week 1. At least that's what it sounds like to me. Who else shined? Dwayne Eskridge. Go ahead.
There's one person. There's the only person we really want to hear about. You don't know?
Jake Bobo. I
Yeah.
said, he caught a pass. He had a pretty good catch on a third down, but I don't think he's gonna make the roster, dude. I really don't.
Bryant.
I sent Brian a picture of him in uniform while I was
looks
there.
like one of the stars will align. Now, will the other star align, Bryant? Because he's made a prediction.
Yeah.
Did you hear this prediction?
Well, yeah. Oh, I've heard it 1,000 times that the Seahawks are going to cut him, and the 49ers are going to pick him up, and then he'll be on the team. Yeah, I don't know if he's really that guy you're clamoring for, but hey, maybe he'll make the team, especially because Dwayne Eskridge just got suspended the first 6 games of the season. So yeah.
Oh, so what did he get suspended for?
Wife beating.
Said that. Oh,
yeah. So
Charles Omenihu got suspended 6 games for that too.
Yeah, and obviously we don't know to the extent that everything is, so like I can't say anything about that, but he won't be there for the first 6 games.
I like how you just go wife beating.
Yeah, domestic violence.
Like it was a sport or something.
I mean, talk to the right people. It might be in like some countries, I don't know, but
oh yeah.
So get this, right after we get off on last Thursday night, the news drops that he had suspended 6 games, or maybe it's that morning. I thought it was right after we got off. So he can still practice and play preseason games. He's just not available until week 7. He returns a kick for a touchdown like in the first quarter, and I was like, you gotta be freaking kidding me, dude. They have Eskridge back there returning kicks, and he busts one out for a touchdown. It's like, okay, well, we're not going to have that guy until week 7, so who cares?
Yeah, and who knows what's going to happen with the kickoffs.
I heard that the fair catch at the 25.
This is the only preseason I think I've actually been interested to watch multiple games that weren't 49ers games because of kickoffs.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just weird. So you can fair catch it inside the 25, and it'll be brought out to the 25, is what the rule is.
I have a feeling they're going to try and do like a short high punt.
Like a pooch kick or whatever. Or a squib kick.
Yeah, but like not really a squib kick. Because squib kick you kick it really hard and it bounces. It's just to make an uncatchable ball. That's one thing that people are talking about doing, that they'll use the squib kick a little more in a little different way to kind of use that so they can't, because it's once it hits the ground, the fair catch obviously at the 25 is over, so it can't hit the ground. So that's what they're going to do there. But I think you're going to see a lot of people try and make somebody have to come out past the 25, or somebody, either the returner is going to have to come out to the past the 25 to catch the ball, or somebody else is going to have to catch it, and it's going to bounce right there.
Yeah, honestly, I don't know if it's quite. I don't know if I really mind the fair catch inside the 25 rule. I don't know how I feel about it. I guess I'll feel how I feel when I see it. But there's still going to be a lot of guys that catch at the 10, right? And run it back. But I mean, honestly, think about how many kickoffs do you really see return nowadays anyways? It just seems like half of what it used to be, just because the ball is placed at the 25. So
there was skill involved with it. I would rather see an XFL style where the kicking is still more of a weapon, and you have less people running down the field.
Do you say the XFL style? I hate that.
Yeah,
I think it's goofy looking, but
it's definitely goofy looking. But with a smart mind, you could break more touchdowns on a return.
Yeah, and my thing too is like the kickoff has its place, right? Especially not only in the game, once you score, going to kick it off, but just opening the game with a kickoff. It really has its place in football, and I don't want to see that taken away. So whatever they want to do to make it safer and whatnot, I don't really care how exciting special teams are, if I'm going to be honest with you. Like, special teams don't really get me going, if that makes sense. So I don't know. That's just my opinion. Some people are all for them. Like Bryant here. I'm talking to the wrong people. Yeah.
I'm all for them because I know it's if you excel in it, you can make more points and you can put your opponent at a disadvantage.
Oh, and for sure. Especially punts. Like, if they start fucking with punts, like, that's when I'll be more irritated.
I don't like, when it comes to the special teams, I don't really like them changing anything.
Yeah.
But like I said, if you're going to change up the kicking rule, I'd rather see you go to an XFL style where at least you don't have people running 30 yards and smashing into each other. I think that's probably better. And then you can still have all the same rules as far as fair catch and this and that apply, and the kicker back there being a sniper doing his thing. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's a better situation, because I would like to see kicking in the league, the talent go up and need to go up. You know what I mean? Like, there's a disadvantage with like having kicker. Let's say you got a kicker who can do things that no kicker in the league could do right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where like if you could do the drop kick still, you can have players, you know what I mean? What if your quarterback, can run and is left-handed, this and that? What if he learned to drop kick?
You can still
bring him in there as a. I don't think you can.
Swear to God, you can. The only reason I know you can. What?
I believe they amended the rule the year after Doug Flutie did it because he was the last person to do it.
The only reason I know you still can is because our kicker, Michael Dixon from Australia, right? We had Sebastian Janikowski kicking for us in the playoffs. He hurts his hamstring during the Cowboys game. And the announcer go, "Oh, we might see our first drop kick point after attempt since Doug Flutie." So yeah, that's the only reason I think it's still a deal. Like, I think you still can't do it.
Oh, drop kick point after attempt would be different than, I believe, the play where you could just, as a quarterback, you could just drop the ball and kick it.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. I think it would be nasty to have a quarterback that could do drop kicks.
Yeah, on fourth down.
Bryant wants the link. Do you want me to send Bryant the link? I think he wants to go in on you about the
special team action.
Yeah, I think he wants to maybe
send him the link, dude. I don't care.
Oh, here we go.
Send him that link. Bryant, be ready.
Bryant, you be ready. You asked for it. Now you're gonna get it.
You better watch out though, because as soon as you said we're sending links, David Corona is gonna be here really quick.
When I seen that, I was like, Bryant being like a David Corona, and then I realized you stepped on the special teams. So I was like, and Brian and I have talked about the drop kick many a time. So I'm sure he
can't. He's driving.
says
What a
he's
cock
driving.
block, Brian.
Oh, what are you doing typing then, Bryant? You shouldn't be texting and driving.
Yeah,
We
let's
appreciate
be
you, Brian.
honest.
Stay
We all
safe.
do it. Just
thanks for tuning
we
in,
all
sir.
text and drive. Just don't tell anybody you're doing it, Brian.
I don't.
I do. That's my guilty thing. That's
the only thing I'll really look at my phone for is maps. And I usually have it yelling at me, telling me where to go, but then sometimes I look at it to see, like what exit it is. So, like when I'm getting off the freeway and whatnot.
Yeah, I'm so bad at devices while driving. So bad at it. Oh, Brian's got Lily with him. Say hi to Lily.
Hi, Lily.
Anyways, off the point of special teams, because we're on. I don't know if we're on two different stances here. I think you want to see it in a certain way, and I just really don't care as long as there is a kickoff. So that's kind of my deal.
Yeah, you're good. You don't have to agree with me.
Oh, I know it.
Okay. Yeah. No, it's good.
But yeah. So, any other noteworthy news coming out of 49ers training camp?
Aaron Banks still has a concussion. What's his name? We got a secondary drafted free agent in the secondary who is just lighting things up and is definitely going to make the team. Ty Davis-Price, our 3rd round draft pick, I guess has been looking pretty good.
The tight end, right?
No, Ty Davis-Price, he's a running back. He's 220 out of LSU. Did you watch any tape on our guy Jordan Mason? You know who that guy is? Oh, you're gonna find out.
Is he a running back?
Yep, you're gonna find out. He was our undrafted free agent from last year, and he's the one that made Trey Sermon get booted off the team.
So where is Trey Sermon? Where in the world is Trey Sermon?
I don't know. I hope I feel bad for the guy because I think he came in thinking he was gonna just, everything was just gonna fall in line, and he didn't understand if you're not gifted and already ready to play, you need to put in a lot of time and a lot of effort to be able to play. It's essentially how it is in this league. That's the way I see it. You know what I mean? Like if you're not a guy who can already come in and play, you're gonna have to do a lot of work.
Just dude, he played in the Super Bowl last year.
Who did?
Sermon.
Yeah, but he's not. How many snaps do you have?
You want to hear a stat line?
Yeah.
2 carries, 19 yards. That's it.
He was very indecisive on our team.
Just 2 carries, 19 yards. He had a long of 14 yards, so that means he was given the ball twice.
Yeah.
He carried the ball for 14 yards one time and 5 yards another, averaging 9.5 yards per carry.
Bet you was in garbage time.
No, because the game was pretty close. It was an 8-point game that he did that in.
Yeah, you're right.
So
trust. He's nothing to write home about.
Okay.
Well, that's not true. He hasn't shown himself in his final form yet. And it seemed to me like he was getting in his own way. He was very indecisive on our team. And you can't be indecisive on our team with our scheme. Maybe he just doesn't work well in our scheme. It's
Dude, as
just
a running back in the NFL, you can't be indecisive.
yes, but even more so in our scheme. It's not. It's everybody talks about you could put anybody in here. No, the guys that the 49ers find, they have specific qualities. And one of them is they have great acceleration. The other one is they're very decisive on their pick in the hole. They have to have the one cut. You have to know where the cut is. You have to see it going, and you have to cut. Sorry, not the cut, the hole. But yeah, that's like the two things that the 49ers need. And our guy Bobby Turner is the one who finds the guys. And so he thought Trey Sermon had it. I don't know if he must have signed off on Trey Sermon, but it seems like he likes to work with these undrafted free agents a lot. And he picks them out, and these are the guys that he wants. Like they all got a chip on their shoulder. They're willing to do whatever he says, and there's one guy a year that just comes out and just performs.
Yeah.
We've had
It seems like it's that way with the Seahawks, but it never works in the regular season. I think I was telling you that last week. We were talking about it. And it seems like there's always this one undrafted free agent that just lights up the preseason, and then I never heard of him again.
What is that? What is that? Because it doesn't happen just with the Seahawks. It's like we had Jalen Hurd, who couldn't come back on, but he played one preseason game, scored 2 touchdowns, and we were just like, that's what we want.
Yeah, we had this guy, Troy Maine Pope. You probably never heard of him, right? Same thing. I never heard of your guy. Dude, all 3 preseason games, or 4 back then, he was just, dude, this guy lit it up. I'm pretty sure he made the team, and I just never heard from him again. And then Rawls was one that actually worked out for one season. He rushed for like 200 against you guys in the regular season. God, there was another. Marcus Weeks was one that I remember in like 2008 or 2007. He was just lighting it up in the preseason. What up, Aaron?
What up, Aaron?
Yeah, Bills. Nice. But yeah, there was Justin Forsett was another one of those guys just lit it up in the preseason. He ended up having a really good career. I mean, not like a Hall of Fame career or anything, but you probably heard of Forsett, right? So
yeah. It seems like there's just, you get these flashes. We've had like players that do well that we can't keep, so we trade them, and it seems like other teams don't know what to do with them because you don't see them anymore. You're like, man, they were trending up on our team. They totally had an idea, and I don't know.
Aaron, what about Gabriel Davis? What about him? Just naming Bills players. Bills, Gabe Davis. Yeah, I don't know. I'm excited.
I'll see your Gabe Davis and rage you with Josh Allen.
Yeah, exactly.
Checkmate. And Devon Miller.
What question? You excited for preseason? I guess we are. Let's see. We are 24 hours and 11 minutes away from our first preseason game. So I'm sure I'll be excited to watch the first preseason game and then be ready to watch real football. So I don't know how you feel about it.
I'm actually looking real excited to the next week's game where you guys play Dallas, where hopefully I'll be down there.
Yeah.
We might even do some live from the stadium.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, that should be fun. Yeah, that boy, I just hope. The one thing with preseason is just pray for no injuries, right? Knock on wood. Just that's the only thing we want to see out of it. So that's a big thing. So
yeah,
I don't know if Gino might play the first drive tomorrow, maybe. I don't know.
I would expect that, unless there's any kind of like and like you get a couple incompletions, you go 3 and out. You know what I mean? Then I see, let's get back in there. Let's end on a good note. You know what I mean? But usually, yeah, this game, your starting quarterback should only be out there one series.
Yeah.
Maybe
true
2.
Starting quarterback, right? Like I get it. Last year there was a huge competition, so it's like you want those guys playing as much as possible. But
see, like in my situation, like the person you start out, you can essentially swap them between all of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Because if you don't have Brock Purdy, essentially, because Brock Purdy, he's the, what do they say? He's the king of the clubhouse or whatever. King of the clubhouse. Yeah,
I got a chair.
No,
I got a chair.
Said the king of the clubhouse. I think it was. Can't remember the exact quote, but
from
yeah,
Borat?
if that's the guy. No, from John Lynch.
Oh, see, I was thinking Borat. I'm the king of the castle.
Yeah, no, I got you. I'm quoting John Lynch because that's something that was actually said.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. I don't know. I said it before. I'm more afraid of Trey Lance than I am Brock Purdy, and Brock Purdy beat us twice. So I'm not that's not a knock on Brock Purdy at all for anybody in the chat.
No.
I'm just saying Trey Lance I'm more afraid of just because of the unknown. We saw him for realistically 2 drives last year, I think we saw him for. And the first game they just it was not a game to be a quarterback.
You could probably find ways to put Brock in a box. You know what I mean? Trey's got that arm to where if you're going to try and put him in a box, he can always take the top off it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So to me, that seems more deadlier. I don't know. Kyle, it seems like he doesn't want those passes whatsoever. He's like, no, we do everything by 5 and 7 yards. Okay. Maybe 9.
Yeah.
Never 10. Never 10. Always got to be 2nd and 1.
Steve, I don't know if you missed it. What's our running back injuries? Charbonnet came back. His shoulder was no big deal. He's back full practice. He didn't play on the mock game on Friday. I think they were taking it easy, but now he's back full go. Walker should be back by the start of the season. He's full speed straight line with his hamstring injury. And McIntosh has a sprained knee. So we'll see. I don't know what the timeline is on that. But also Tariq Woolen is full go in practice this week. I don't know if we talked about that.
Nope, I don't think we did.
Yeah, Reek is completely 100% back at practice. So his little, what's it called? A microscopic knee surgery or something like that, or endoscopic, whatever. It's,
He had a scope.
Yeah, scope.
A knee scope. Yeah.
Yeah, so that went well. I guess he's looking great. But like I said, Witherspoon's out already. I just don't know. I don't know. I just hope it works out. And this is from a fan's point of view. I just really hope Witherspoon works out.
Well, it sounds like he should.
Yeah. Look.
Oh,
he's opening those packs I gave him. Montana and Icky in one pack. Nice.
There you go.
Nice. Well, what do you got going on the rest of the week?
I don't know. Might be playing Tecmo Bowl.
I did see that.
Yeah.
You were telling. So is that like a program you had to download?
No, I bought I think I got
A floppy disk? What is
no,
that?
I I bought a set that's got like a HDMI
Oh shit! Nice.
HDMI thing, comes with 2 controllers, and I just sit there, and so I said I've been shooting down MiGs. Shooting down MiGs with my Top Gun from like 1989 or whatever.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's I think that looks like about the year of video games you've been playing today.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Um,
saying. I got the old school joints.
all new old school. Yeah, you got anything streaming going on tomorrow?
No. No,
Just
probably won't do any streaming tomorrow. I think I got to talk to some people, but we might start moving the Friday show to Saturday. But
yeah, we talked a
yeah,
little bit about it.
yep,
Um,
I asked Brian. I still got to talk to McNiner. I just feel that having that Saturday night show, we'll have all the information before the games. We'll be able to make better pick'ems right beforehand. News. We could talk about the games better with all the information. I think it's going to be we're going to have fun.
so is that starting? When is that starting? Is that this week? This Saturday?
I don't know. Like I said, look, make sure you're subscribed to my channel. Got the notifications on. Check the community tab. I will let you know on Friday if we are changing it up and moving to Saturday, or you'll see the show planned for on Friday.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Because I will be on Candace's channel at Ethos Seahawks on Friday. So at 6 p.m. So I was planning on going on your show after I get off Candace's, or if it's on Saturday, I'll go on Saturday. So well, I guess we'll figure it out then, right?
Who knows? I might still be live playing video games on YouTube.
When is that?
I don't know. Anytime. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
might be
fucking
a
go.
nightly thing.
Yeah, fucking go for it. Be Bo Jackson, I guess, right?
Right. Just sit there, play Nintendo games, and talk 49ers football with people.
Yeah. Is that before Nintendo too, right? That was like Sega Dreamcast or something like that. The
I'm gonna look
Tecmo
to see if
Bowl.
I can't find a Sega Dreamcast one. Oh
Oh my
yeah,
god.
this is Nintendo. This is regular Nintendo. I'm gonna try and
No
get some
64.
yeah, I'm gonna look into getting a good one.
Nice.
If I had a better computer, I would just do it all on my computer.
Oh, are you not doing it on your computer? Oh, you got that box that plugs into the computer, is what's going
Yeah.
on. Okay.
Yep.
Well, yeah, dude. Are you gonna fucking stream that tonight or what?
I might I
I just
actually
put
I
some
want to
pressure on
play
you.
I want to play Top Gun, and it doesn't work well. It doesn't work well when I do it on laptop because it's like hella behind. But when I play it on the monitor back there, I got to. So I had that game when I was a kid, right? It was
Yeah.
that Ninja Turtles, DuckTales, Mario, and Duck Hunt. So I still suck at Ninja Turtles. But I used to not be very good at Top Gun, but now I'm smoking them. I could smoke them, and I finally figured out how to land the damn airplane. And I feel like an idiot for not knowing how to before.
What, like 30 years later?
It's
You
a
finally.
oh my god, bro! It tells you the speed you need to be at. You have it tells you your speed right above it, and then it tells you up or down. And I could never figure out how to do it. And it was always coming in hot, and I just needed to read the damn screen. So
Yeah.
so now I
I
can land the plane.
I do that shit too sometimes. I'll go back and play old video games from when I was like a kid, and I was like, how did I not do this? I think it was like kicking in NCAA 2003. I couldn't figure it out. I could never make a field goal. And I was like, what? If I just like read, if I was like not being like, oh, I don't need the manual, I could have figured it out in like 2 seconds. But instead, I just missed like every extra point ever. So
Yeah. When I used to play Madden on the mobile Madden game, I never punted.
Mm-hmm. Oh, never.
I never punted. Never punted.
Could you figure it out, or just didn't do it?
I just didn't do it.
Yeah.
I would throw the ball down the field, usually into double coverage.
Arm punt.
Well, yeah. Either that or sometimes I'd run the ball because I'm pretty good at running the ball. I used to be very good at running the ball in that thing. So,
well, fuck, dude. I say you stream Tecmo tonight. I say you just go for it.
Yeah, I might.
Why not?
I'll probably have to just do that.
All
I
right.
gotta get some laundry going.
All right. Well, I think we're out of here. Thank you, everybody in the chat. You were very active tonight. I really appreciate that. Yeah, thank you guys. Later.
Peace.